guys, I'm coming to you today with a video on how to control your tension while using a pen. I have actual office pens. These are my favorite right here, and all you do is take everything out of the office pen and thread it through. I'll show y'all a quick way of how I thread through things. These are my other two I rarely use. I'm just showing you they're just all office pens. And this is my most convenient one because this is the actual Looming pen. This is the reason why it's convenient, because you can actually take the yarn, hook it on there, and then thread through your pen. I never use this for tension, so this is really only good. I only like to use it for 4-weight yarn. Okay, so let me try and get that back out of there and replace it back on the pen, because I will lose stuff. And so I also want to show you guys how I thread through the other one. So I'm going to show you how I would thread a 6-weight yarn. Since I have this Looming pen, I'm going to pull this off of here, and if I'm going to use one of these for 6-weight, I just remove the end of this off of here. Some people use straws, but I'm just going to do that. I'm going to hook my 6-weight on here, take it down through the pen, and you see that came out of there. And so this is the way I'm going to wrap my 6-weight yarn on the loom, like this. So that's how I do my 6-weight yarn. And if a skein of yarn was on here, I would pull it with my hand. I would pull my yarn from the skein of yarn with my hand. I would never tug from my skein of yarn with the pen. I would hold this in my hand and pull from the yarn as it gets tough to pull. So that's how I do my 6-weight yarn. This is how I would thread my 4-weight yarn in one of these pens. I'm going to take the end off of it again. Stick that down through there. I'm going to take my tapestry needle, my smallest tapestry needle. I need to make sure I state that. My smallest tapestry needle, take my ink pen and pull through there. My smallest tapestry needle will go through the end of my pen, of this pen, but it won't go through the end. Well, it'll go through the end of this one, but it will struggle to go through the end of this one. So I'm going to show you guys a demonstration of how I would wrap my loom when it is coming from a skein of yarn. My slip knot. I'm going to hold this yarn in my hand because I want to feel when it gets tight, and I'm going to wrap around the loom. See how that barely moves because it's loose. So when it gets tight, I'm going to pull from the skein of yarn and keep wrapping. But you should always have this in your hand at all times. That's how I normally do it. So when you're wrapping around your loom, you should have your yarn in your hand, pulling from the skein of yarn, your pen should be wrapping. My rule of thumb is if you are slowly wrapping, then it may mean that your tension is too tight. If you're wrapping fast, your tension should be loose enough for you to do it. See how fast I do that? Because my tension is loose enough.